Hey, how's everybody doing? Peace. I'm sorry it's been so long since I got on. I was kind of a nervous wreck the last time I was here. I'll take these puppies off. I can see what I'm doing for a minute. Anyhow, as you can tell, I'm healthy. That was a very hard thing I had to deal with. And I'm sorry I haven't got on sooner, but what I have is called MGUS, and I'm going to try and pronounce this. Alrighty, down below when we're done here, I will put a description in of what it is that I have. Oh yeah, put my glasses back on. I have mitochondrial Gammopathy, undetermined significance. Can you read that? MGUS. Now, what my doctors tell me MGUS is it's non-malignant bone cancer is the best I can explain it. Usually, people who have multiple myeloma, they test positive for this monoclonal Gammopathy, and that's what I did test positive for, and that's what took them into the 16 vials of blood and the biopsy. So let's talk about that biopsy. Excuse me a minute, I have to close something down here on my screen. Anyhow, my doctor was so cute. When he told me that I didn't have multiple myeloma, he said, but with the MGUS, we have to check you every 6 months. And I was in a panic. I said, you mean I have to have a bone marrow every 6 months? And he looked at me with just a straight face, and he goes, yeah, you do. And I was like, oh, hell no. And he started laughing. He goes, no, we'll be testing your blood now that we have baseline for this. I guess every 6 months I go to the oncologist, and they will check my baseline numbers. But the good news is, if it ever does develop into cancer, I'll always be in stage 1. I mean, yeah, it was a real fright. It was a real scare, and it was really hard to deal with. There's no cancer in my family, nowhere. We might have diabetes in my family, but we have no cancer in our family. And they did this thing called a FISH, and my DNA shows no cancer in our family. And I don't know how they determined that, but my family has no cancer. I did find that this can be inherited, so that I might ask my children when they hit their 50s and 60s, because that's usually when it hits, usually like after 60 years old. It's an old people's disease. Get tested, kids. You know, that's all I can say. So Tammy, also, I don't, oops, excuse me. Yeah, I haven't lost my charm, right? I also, the blood work came back that I had heart issues. I was in the hospital 2 years ago, people. My heart rate one time went up to like 260 beats a minute. They had me in the hospital for like a week, and they ran all these tests, and they said, oh, your heart's as healthy as it can be. So when my heart came back, when it came back that I had a heart issue, I was kind of stumped. You know, I walked 5 miles a day for 20 years. Just in the last year or two, I quit walking every day, and I didn't miss a day. From rain, shine, snow, sleet, you know, ask my friends, they'll tell you, I walked every day. I was a little shocked, so I asked my oncologist about it. He said, I don't have heart disease. He said that I had a zinc deficiency, and I didn't realize that zinc could cause ringing in the ears, deafness, hair loss, and it can be pretty devastating on your body. But it's also not good to take supplements, zinc supplements. So we should try and get zinc out of our food, like beets and cabbage and stuff I like anyhow. But I haven't been eating that stuff lately. Although I did run out, and cottage cheese. I did run out and buy me cottage cheese and beets, and I love pickled beets, especially if I can them myself. That came back. That it's not my heart. Then the last thing was my pancreas. Now, they were going to have me go back in and have another, and I do have to do that. I put it off. I needed just to get over the stress of what was going on, and I spent a lot of time in the yard. Can you tell I'm tanner? I'm more tan. I planted a grass. I have vegetables growing crazy out there. But I just